Alright guys, this is my first how-to video, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made these rock faces out of ceiling tile. Okay, right here I'm showing you all the supplies that you'll need to do these rock faces. You need obviously the ceiling tile, you need a hot glue gun, glue sticks, a paintbrush, some foam brushes, a razor blade, a straight edge, some type of straight edge, any type of straight edge. And then you're going to need some acrylic paints. I used medium gray colors, burgundy, sorry about that, burnt umber, coffee bean, and yellow ochre. And the next segment I'll show you how to do the cutting of the board, and you'll see that next. Alright guys, I'm going to be actually installing these pieces of rock face on my layout. It's going to be over on this left side. There's all the pieces that I broke off, and I'm going to show you, since my track is elevated here. I took some just styrofoam, hot glued it with a nice flat base that I'll show you in 1 second, that I'm going to take these pieces and hot glue them onto there. And I'm going to set the camera up and show you that. Okay, what I'm going to be doing here is taking just random pieces. They can be any different size, doesn't matter if you've made them perfect or not. And what we'll do is we're going to start with a piece that looks like it would be like an end piece there. Now what I'm going to do here is, since this is a little long for what I want to do, I'm just going to just break it. Okay, it's real easy. Take your hot glue gun. I like to put the white side down. So I'm going to hot glue that right here. And take this one. Apply some more hot glue to this piece. Lay it down there. I'll take another piece. And what you can also do is you can kind of just break off corners if you want to round them out a little bit so they're not so straight. Apply some glue here. Place it slightly back further than the first pieces you laid down. And it looks like that piece will fit nicely if I break off that right there like that. See how that fits nice? Apply glue right there. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a few more layers, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay guys, I have my rock face installed, and you know, this is so easy. You guys possibly have all this material in your house already somewhere, you know, just scrap pieces laying around, and it's cheap. That's what's great about this. So on to the next step here. What I've done is I've taken like some browns and reds, acrylic paint, I've watered them down, and I'm going to take this foam brush, and what I like to do is I like to take the dark colors and apply them to places where the dirt would settle in real life, like on the flat surfaces and in the cracks and crevices, like in the deep parts. Something like that. And obviously, you know, when it's wet, it is a lot darker looking than when it dries. But what this does is it gives it a nice tint, so that when it all dries, it looks more realistic, like real rock. So that's pretty much how fast it was for me to do the step with the dark color. The next step I'll show you the grays. Alright guys, for the next step I'm using a gray mix with a little bit of black in there and a wide type painter's brush. It just covers more area a lot faster than using one of the little foam brushes. We're not really going for detail here, we're just going for color. Just dab on some nice colors like that. I'm going to go grab a different color, I'm going to come right back. Alright guys, well, I'm going to continue applying this color, show you how that's gonna look going on. Okay, you can just dab it into all those areas in there. And you know, you can use any colors you like if you're modeling a different area. You know, you can use lighter browns, golds, whatever kind of colors you want to use. The thing is with the ceiling tile, it kind of looks like layered eroded rock, which is you know, type of rock that's found around here where I live at. So that's kind of why I went with this look. But you know, you don't have to do that. It's cheap and it's easy. Alright, so that's pretty much it for that color. Now I'm going to show you the last step. Alright guys, for the last step, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using a yellow ochre, watered down. And I don't know if I mentioned this before a little bit ago, but you don't want to put too much paint in here, because you'll end up with, you know, dark colors. If you don't like the dark colors, you can't go back and change it. So what I do with this yellow is I like to dab it on to the rock outcroppings, which are the areas that kind of stick out farther. It gives it more of like an eroded look, places where there might be a little bit of grass growing on it. Just the rock is worn down more, so it has a lighter look to it. Alright guys, the rock face is complete. It's still a little wet, so it's a little darker than what it'll finish up looking like. But as for this area in here, what you want to do is, you know, fill that with plaster cloth, and then I'll be stacking more newspaper wads up here, and you know, the plaster cloth and that over too. And maybe, you know, when I get to that point with this, I'll you know, make a little video on how I did that too. Alright, thanks for watching guys. I hope you learned something here.